Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee with Chase, episode 17. I am your host, Chase. If you're a returning listener, thank you very much for joining me for another lovely episode. If you're a new listener, thank you very much for clicking on this very episode, sitting down, and listening to my nonsense. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe or follow button, depending on which platform you use to consume the show. The show is available on Spotify or YouTube. And make sure to click on the prompts on both platforms to be notified every time I upload a new episode. Oh, wait. You're telling me you already did that? So there was no need to remind you. Well, that was awkward. But thank you for being one step ahead of the game and one step ahead of me. And with that, let's get right into the show.
What's up? What's up? Who's that? Yo, pick up the phone. What's up? What's up? Yo, Duque, pick up the phone. Yo. What's up?
Anyways, guys, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Before we get into this week's topic, or the interview of this week, I want to tell you guys a quick story, or give you guys a quick little life update. During this day and today's age with COVID-19, it's getting very prominent again because of the winter season. And recently, I was just exposed to someone who had COVID-19, and it scared me, to say the least. Like, I was on DEFCON 5, like red light blinking, like alert, like every single day. And so a couple days ago, I just went and got tested. As I was pulling up, this was at a local community college, and I was pulling up, I'm like, oh my God, this is like a war zone. Like, army people, like big white tents, lines of cars. And I'm just like, oh my God. My mind, because I'm a child, my mind immediately went to Monsters, Inc. I know, bad example, but it was like, oh my God, we have a 2319, a 2319. Please forgive me, because I am not too positive if that's the part of the movie I'm thinking of, when there's like a sock on one of the monsters and all the guards and people in the hazmat suits jump on him and shave him completely bald. But, you know, I was scared, because this was my first time getting tested, going through all these procedures, and was very nervous driving. I mean, this took about almost a good hour, so it took a good amount of time. But I was really nervous pulling up, but it wasn't painful at all. And, you know, they had to stick the little swab up my nostril, and that hurt. Oh my God, did that hurt. Like, they had to keep it in there for a few seconds, swab it around for, I think, 5 seconds, I believe. And this is like back in your nostril, almost touching your brain almost. But it hurt, to be honest. It hurt. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, there it is. And I'm like, oh my God, that hurts so much. But then eventually the lady, or EMT, took it out, and I was like, okay, here's the card to go check out your information once it's available to check out. I'm like, okay, thank you. And immediately, as I was pulling out of the community college, I'm like, oh my God, what is my result? Because I stress so easily, and I get so worked up and emotional so quickly. I immediately thought, oh my God, I'm positive. I have the coronavirus. I got to go immediately into isolation and quarantine. And so for the past, good amount, like 5 days, I was not going outside, afraid to even step out the door. I was afraid to touch anything, to use any dishes, like everything they're telling you not to do when you have coronavirus. And I'm the type of person that was very, I obeyed all the rules. Like I strictly followed everything because I am so afraid of this. I'm not trying to make this a joke at all. That's not the case. I'm just trying to make light of my situation because I usually joke around during serious things. That's how I deal or cope with these things. And so I'm like, oh my God, like so afraid. And like I said, my mind quickly went to DEFCON 5, red lights blinking, like every single hour. I'm like, oh my God, did my results post? Every day for the past 5 days, I'm like, oh my God. But last night, around almost midnight, I got the email saying my results were ready. And, I didn't have any, what is it called? Symptoms of COVID. I didn't have a high fever. Please forgive me. I'm not too sure on the symptoms, but like I was saying, I followed all procedures. I washed my hands thoroughly for 20 seconds with hot water and soap, used hand sanitizer whenever I could. I wore my mask wherever I was, everything. Followed every procedure possible. And like I was saying, I didn't have any symptoms, so I was very nervous and thought, oh my God, like I have it. What am I going to do? Because I need to work and make money to pay my bills. But I know a lot of people are suffering right now and not able to do that and pay their bills. And I'm lucky enough to be one of those people to be able to work, get out, get fresh air, pay bills, work. Because let me tell you, these past 5 days, I have been losing my godforsaken mind. I have been going literally insane. The only thing that's been keeping me stable is playing the Switch, playing NBA, watching TV, watching YouTube, sitting down, making the podcast. Like, being able to distract myself was hard because I am the type of person to worry about something and worry about it forever. But anyways, like I was saying, my results posted last night around midnight. I got the notification, but I was already sleeping, so I was very nervous when I saw it. And I woke up at, let's say, 3 a.m. And no, I haven't told you guys this, but I have not been able to sleep. My sleep schedule has been so wishy-washy, and I've been waking up at erratic times. And, I'm very surprised because waking up at 3 a.m., I'm like, oh God, is something wrong, first of all? And when I saw my phone, I'm like, deep breath. I immediately went on my phone, typed all my information in to get my results. And Lord Jesus, thank you, God. My results came back. I was negative, didn't have the coronavirus, didn't have any symptoms. So thank you, God. I am so fucking lucky I don't have it. I'm so incredibly grateful I don't have it. But whoever has COVID, whoever is suffering right now, things will get better. We will get through this. Even though it's been almost a whole year, I know we will get through this as a country, as in friends. Like, we're all going to come together, get through this. Times, people will get better. I know we lost a lot of loved ones, a lot of good people this year, but life will get better. 2021 is hopefully going to be better. Fingers crossed, knock on wood wherever you are, if you can, please knock on wood. But anyways, I just want to give you guys a quick little update, and I'm going to toss you into the interview I recorded with my two best friends. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to talk a little shop about fantasy football, so I hope you guys enjoy fantasy football. And with that, let's get right into the interview, guys.
Pause. Hold it right there. Now, I thought that's what was going to happen for this week, but turns out I suck at fantasy football. And no, just joking, but due to scheduling conflict, I wasn't really able to get them on the show. But hopefully next week I can have them on and we can talk a little shop. But before I get started on this week's episode, I wanted to open up for a little bit to you guys. See, I was afraid to put this out because I didn't know if you guys enjoyed me talking about personal things or personal stories. Just like, for example, things I like. Just like, for example, sports, culture, society, music, different things like that. I don't know. I just thought maybe it wouldn't be well received and enjoyed. Just because I know I came in heavy with talking about mental health, talking about my struggles, ways I deal with things. I just thought maybe, you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't enjoy it. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But I wanted to talk about meeting your heroes for this week. And, I got to meet my hero not once, but twice, actually. And I know there's a stigma around meeting your heroes, and don't meet them because you're gonna be disappointed. And that wasn't the case for me, at least, because my hero is a well-renowned rapper named G-Eazy. And the reason I want to talk about this is because Spotify just came out with their Spotify Wrapped 2020. And this gives you a list of artists, songs, podcasts, different things you've listened to the most over the years. And, it ranks them 1 through 5 on your top listened things. And G-Eazy was my number 1 artist. My top 5 were G-Eazy, Machine Gun Kelly, Mac Miller, Lil Peep, and Drake. And I wasn't shocked, to be honest, because I only listened to really those 5 artists. And, I wanted to get this out there just because in 2020, we have not been able to go to concerts whatsoever. Everything shut down. It's a big no-no to get together, even with over 10 people. No crowds allowed at all. So every single concert was shut down and canceled for this year. But I wanted to reminisce, tell a few stories, and just remember the good times that were when we were able to hang out, meet each other, enjoy some music, party, and best of all, just get wild. No, I'm not that type of person at concerts, but I enjoy the concerts, not off of drugs. I enjoy a little drink here and there, but I like to naturally enjoy the concerts. But like I said, I was able to meet him twice, but I've seen him in concert 3 times. And each time just seemed to fly by. I was able to see him the first time at Darien Lake, which is a theme park here in Western New York. This was the first Endless Summer Tour, and honestly, it was single-handedly one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and one of the single greatest lineups for a concert I've ever seen. The 4 acts were YG, Yo Gotti, Logic, and G-Eazy. And honestly, for the price of the ticket that I paid, $15, yeah, this was the best concert I've ever been to. Because the way it's shaped at Darien Lake, it's an amphitheater, if I'm saying that correctly, which means in the very back, there's a section of just grass where those are like the cheapest tickets. Those are typically $10, $20, sometimes $25, depending on the artist. And then it just, it goes up from there as like you're underneath the tent. And so, I mean, at the time, I was like, yeah, I can do $15. Why not? And plus, with all the memories I made from that concert, it was priceless, to be honest. Everything really seemed to change for the better after that show because, just vibing out, jamming to music, and being able to literally sing every song word for word, back to back, was priceless because, I wasn't afraid to be myself. I was enjoying it with my girlfriend. People were just enjoying each other's company. Everyone was super kind, and, I wouldn't change anything for the world for that show. But when we were leaving, that was one of the longest waits to leave a concert venue I've ever had. Because I think we actually left before the encore, which was me, myself, and I, which was at the time at its height of popularity and the most popular song, I think, in the United States or in the world. And we always leave sometimes before the encore just because we want to beat traffic, want to get home early. And we left right before the song was starting, and we heard it on our way to the car, and we're like, oh, should we turn around or should we go back? But we knew we had to keep going at that time. And we had to get to the car. We had to, hopefully beat traffic. And little did we know, we were proceeding to wait in the car for the next 2 hours, really waiting to just get out of the parking lot. Yes, 2 hours. We didn't pack snacks, we didn't pack anything to drink, so we were dying in the car. We were spent, we were tired, we smelled like pot. No, we don't smoke or we don't drink, but we smelled like pot. And by the time we got home, I believe it was 2 a.m. and my girlfriend had to work the next morning at, I think, 8 a.m. and she was spent. I was spent. I don't recall if I had to work or not. I don't think I did. I was the lucky one. But, just like reeking of pot. I remember her telling me the next day at work, she had one of her coworkers ask her if she was okay because she was so tired. And you know how you get like those the bags under your eyes because you may or may not catch enough sleep. It was so pronounced on her face that one of the coworkers thought, "Is she okay?" But anyways, yeah, everything just seemed to change after that show. So I always associate it with being, a monumental moment in my life. And immediately after the concert, I knew I wanted to meet him, like, and just tell him everything he's done for me, for my mental health, for my growth. And, you know, I was able to manifest it, which was astounding, really, because, you know, dreams are just thoughts until you manifest them. Like, if that makes sense. Like, you know, we think of these things, we just think of them sometimes, and they actually become dreams and become reality when we manifest them. And I knew it was going to be expensive, but, you know, I wanted the chance to meet him and just thank him for everything he's really done for me, for my mental health, and just personal growth. The second time I was able to meet him was on the Beautiful and Damned tour. The Beautiful and Damned tour was with Anthony Russo, Fora, and Trippie Redd. Honestly, this was the coldest concert I've ever been to, because the venue was right next to Lake Ontario, and it was really in the dead of winter. It was in April, but, you know, in Western New York, in Canada, there is forecast of snow 8 months out of the year, and it is cold, very cold, 8 months out of the year. So we were freezing our asses off. It felt like we nearly froze to death. And the venue was indoors, but we had to wait outside for the meet and greets. And it felt like forever when we had to wait, but I mean, it was probably an hour, maybe 2, but I mean, it seemed to go by fast because anticipation was building, and, you know, we had to stay warm somehow, so we were just trying to, like, jump around, like, get wild, like, no, not get wild, but, like, jump around, try and stay warm, all those good things. But I mean, we were able to meet him, and when I say it was probably one of the best things I've ever done was meet him, you know, I'm being very honest. Like, that was one of the best things I have ever done, one of the coolest moments I've ever had in life, and I will really remember that for forever, because, like, that was the first time I've ever met a celebrity, and I've ever met one of my heroes. And, you know, I wouldn't change that for anything, because it was priceless. But it wasn't priceless. I mean, yes, I know artists have to charge, you know, money, significant amount of money for meet and greet passes. But I mean, for all the memories I had for that concert, it was priceless. And, you know, I'm forever thankful for that. But we had the chance to just meet him and talk to him for a quick second. And we asked him if he was coming to Buffalo soon. Without hesitation, he responded with, "Oh yeah, definitely." Little did we know, within the next couple days after we got home, he announced the Endless Summer Tour Part 2. And, you know, me and my girlfriend looked at each other. We're like, oh my God, we got to get tickets right when they go on sale. We got to get meet and greets again, so we get the chance to talk to him again and meet him and, you know, see if he remembers us, hopefully. And, you know, because the concert was so fun, after it ended, we had to walk. We had a little walk to get back to our car. It was in a parking lot, and when we got, it was very suspicious, honestly, when we got back to our car, because when we first parked, there was a lot of cars there, and by the time we got back to our car, we were the only car in the parking lot. So I was very scared for my life, because I'm like, wasn't there cars here before? We were the only car there. And, I'm like, okay, that's not an issue. And the drive back to Toronto is a relatively short one for, road trips. But, I mean, it's 2 hours. So I'm like, okay, I had to pack, like, energy drinks and some coffee to really stay awake. And, I'm like, okay, I'll crack this Starbucks energy drink I have so we can get going. I cracked it open, started driving. I'm like, okay, like, there was forecast for snow, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not snowing, so yeah, we can hopefully have an easy drive home. And literally within 30 minutes, it started snowing like crazy. And honestly, I was scared for my life. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was driving, I'm like, I don't know what to do, because I can barely see through my windshield. I can barely see 5 feet in front of me. Yes, it was that bad where I could barely see. And, a drive that should have taken us 2 hours, I think maybe took us almost 4, because I'm terrified of driving in the snow. And what just seemed like it took forever, it did, but we made it home safely. And, I stress like no other. And that's why I think it scared me driving in the snow home from that concert. But anyways, we made it home safe. That's that. But like I said, within the next couple of days, he announced Endless Summer Tour Part 2. This was once again in Darien Lake, a concert venue. No. An amusement park in Western New York. And the Endless Summer Tour Part 2 was with YBN Namir, Ty Dolla $ign, and Lil Uzi Vert. Yes, I know. Like, for some reason, I am completely blown away by these lineups, because I'm like, how does he get these people to, come with him? Like, all these people were at, like, the heights of their popularity during this time. And I'm just like, holy crap. This is maybe the hottest concert I've ever been to. This was, once again, outside. This was in the middle of summer. And, we waited outside for a long time for the meet and greets. And it was hard to really keep track of time when I was focusing on the gnarly sunburn I know I was getting. Because I'm the type of person that gets sunburned super easily, and I can feel it right away. But when we were able to, when the line was moving and we knew it was time to meet him, we were getting, super excited. We weren't worrying about the sunburns. We just knew that we were getting the chance to meet him again, and we were super lucky and just super grateful for this. But the cool thing was, he said he did remember us from Toronto, because I was, again, super nervous being able to meet him, and my girlfriend was the one who asked him if he remembered us, and he did say yes. But we looked at each other afterwards and we're like, did he really remember us? But it was cool, because just having him say that, we were like, oh my god, oh, thank you so much. But every time we were able to meet him, the meet and greet just seemed to go by super fast, within the blink of an eye. And it made the wait not matter. And but the second time, I had the chance to ask him something, and I asked him if he can write down his song title, Everything will be okay. This is my favorite song from him, and this is one of his deepest personal songs he's ever written. And the reason I asked him, because, you know, this was at the height of my depression, like at the height of my struggles, at the height of everything. I knew I needed a reminder to tell myself, you know what, you do have this, and you can get through this. And little did I know, I did know. I knew I wanted this reminder tattooed on me. And, you know, this was crazy because I didn't have any tattoos at the time. But I knew immediately I wanted to get that tattooed. I got it tattooed on my right underarm, I think. Yeah, we'll just go with that. But, you know, I got it tattooed, and I look at it, honestly, every time I'm struggling. I'm going through a little episode. But, you know, once again, memories were just priceless. And that concert was insane because we had tickets in the pit, and the pit is right in front of the stage. And right when we walked up to the pit, to the fence, because we were right there, we were like, shit, because the speakers were right in front of us, and me and my girlfriend both get easy, hard to deal with migraines. We were like, crap. But we knew it was going to be worth it. We knew we were going to have a good time. We knew it was the Endless Summer Tour, so we just had to let loose and live it up for once. And, you know, since then, we didn't get the chance to see him in concert again. That was the last time we were able to see him was Endless Summer Tour, and that I think was 3 years ago. Oh my God, 3 years ago. Yeah, like time is flying by, and you know I hate it, but you know it's what happens. But the reason I wanted to talk about concerts and, you know, meeting your heroes is because recently, well, just yesterday, really, G-Eazy announced his doubleheader anniversary live stream, which is he's going to be performing his album When It's Dark Out, celebrating the 5th anniversary, and he's going to be performing The Beautiful and Damned, which is going to be on the 3rd year anniversary, both in its full entirety, back to back. And I knew immediately I had to buy a ticket for that. And it's going to be on December 22nd. It's going to be late at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So I'm like, fuck. But I knew, because, I knew we needed an escape. We needed some time just to unwind due to 2020. And so I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to go, you know, buy a ticket so we can watch this. You know, me and my girlfriend, because, you know, she's at the tail end of her schooling career. Like, she's almost done. So I'm like, you know, we can do this as a little year-end celebration for all your hard work, and just give us some time to unwind due to not being at concerts in 2020. Because every year we always go to what seems like 100 concerts, but it's not. But, you know, we always like to go to concerts, have a good time, and just enjoy summer. We didn't just enjoy going to concerts together, but yeah, like, I wanted to talk about meeting heroes, meeting my hero. Like, I know people always say, don't meet your heroes because they will disappoint you. But luckily, when I met G-Eazy, he was the most chill, respectful, nice human being I've ever met. And, you know, he gives off the stigma of being this cool, crazy, slicked back, well-dressed, you know, rapper. But, you know, when he's not portraying G-Eazy, he is, you know, just himself, and he's a nice human being, and, you know, I'm thankful that was him. Like, he wasn't portraying G-Eazy when we had the chance to meet him. He was being himself, and I know that's weird to say, but it was just nice because, you know, I wanted to just thank him for everything once again, because the third time we were able to meet him, I gave him a Oakland Athletics hat because that's where he's from. He's from the Bay Area, and Oakland Athletics are from the Bay. And, you know, I gave him this hat, and I wrote some things on it. I wrote some lyrics from his song Opportunity Cost, some things from the outro on that song. And, you know, I'm like, you know, here you go, man. Like, I didn't get the chance to really say this because I was fearful of him not liking it. I don't know. Like, my depression was kicking in, and I was just like, oh no, he won't like it, blah 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 blah, slaking myself out. And, you know, I'm thinking, I'm like, you know, since you're not always able to be home, since you don't get to see your family sometimes, like, I want to give this to you as a piece of just like having home with you, just thanking you for all that you've done for me, all that you've done for my mental health, just being you, making incredible music, and just thanking you for coming back to Buffalo once again. But, you know, everything was just priceless. And, you know, I think about those concerts literally every day, and, you know, all the good times I've had, all the memories I've made. And that's what we need now more than ever, is just concerts, being able to see each other again, and just going out, enjoying each other's company, you know, going to sporting events, going out to eat even, because that has been taken away from us once again. But I hope, you know, this ends soon and we all have the chance to meet each other really for the first time again, not behind masks, but like not having to wear masks, just being able to hug each other and, you know, welcome each other once again. But if you made it this far, thank you for sticking with me through my nonsense this episode and the little hiccup we had to begin. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. I know I said I was very nervous to talk about this stuff because I didn't really know if everyone would enjoy it, but hopefully everyone enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry for the late upload, but I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Next week, we're getting very close to Christmas, so that is nuts. Within the next 2 weeks, it's going to be Christmas Day. But hopefully next week, I want to give you guys a little, you know, Christmas special and talk about my top favorite Christmas movies, Christmas memories, all that good stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And please share with friends if they haven't noticed this show yet. Please share it with anybody you think may enjoy the show. And with that, thank you guys for joining me this week. We'll talk to you soon. I love you guys. Bye.